Thank you. I would like to call 4 people to the floor. Daya, please. And Mohamed Saleh has COVID, so I will replace him. Madi Compaore. David Afezame. Sami Smouni, he has COVID. And Professor Dr. Mohamed Kot. Speak first. I would like to speak first. It's not polite, but it's easier for me. And make a small speech, which I prepared. So if you could give me the remote control, and if you could put on the slides, please. I tried to make it very short because we have already lost quite some time. I would like to present you, for some of you at least, the International Life-Saving Federation. As we said, you must know that we were created 112 years ago. And we are a merger between 2 world bodies, the ones for the swimming pool and the one for the beach. And the merger was done in 1993, and also there Mr. Nabil El-Shazli was present. As I said, we are representing 174 member organizations and around 38 million life-saving people. We just want what Egypt wants. He wants a world, Egypt without drowning. We want a world without drowning. Very difficult to achieve. I will explain you why. This is when I started, when I was Secretary General. I'm the only one at this moment. It's time to find another one to take over. But when I started in '94 with the merging of the 2 organizations, we were 38 federations. And we had an expansion up to 174. You see that we need some work to be done in the south of Africa. So please help us in this path. We have 2 elements, sport and humanitarian. The humanitarian organization is what you have known, which is drowning prevention. But I would like to focus also on our character. We want to be fit to save a life. I would say I'm a doctor in sport. Don't look at me, because I work 12 hours behind my computer every day. So I'm not fit to save a life, but I would like the youth of the world to be fit to save a life. We are happy that in the humanitarian systems, we are member by the World Health, by the International Red Cross, and by UNESCO. And we have an affiliation with the Royal Life Saving Society. On the sports side, we are recognized by many organizations, including the International Olympic Committee, who is supporting us financially, and all the other ones which you can read here. Our structure is very simple. We have a General Assembly, a board, and commissions. I go over this quickly so that you don't lose too much time of it. We have 4 regions, as you can see in the colors, and we have 4 sub-headquarters, 1 in Texas, 1 in Rabat, 1 in Germany, and 1 in Melbourne. The board of directors is composed of 23 people, and in this room we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people present from the board of directors of the ILS. We have a lot of commissions and committees, as you can see downstairs there, the drowning prevention, the rescue commission, the sport commission, and the business commission. And in the drowning prevention, well, you know what we are doing there. We just avoid drowning, while in the, well, for the United Nations, we are the recognized organization, and as a sport organization, we are the only one. There is no other organization that is recognized by the IOC and by the World Health Organization. Together with the World Health Organization, we wrote the drowning report, the first one. We do drowning research, and the World Health is also co-sponsoring our World Conference on Drowning Prevention. Our Rescue Commission is handling matters such as rescue, education, water safety, medical, and so on. We have sport, as we said, fit to save a life. And now, and also a business commission, which I will not spend too much time on it. There is a headquarters somewhere, which is also your house. So if you come to Leuven, you are most welcome in your headquarters, and already some people in the room came to the headquarters. Now the windows are painted differently, and there is a little bit, it's a little bit better than on this picture. So we organize life-saving world championships and also World Conference on Drowning Prevention every 2 years. Now, everybody is always looking at life-saving, and because we are 112 years old, they say, why is life-saving sport not yet on the Olympic Games? Life-saving sport was in the Olympic Games in 1902 as a sport and has lost Olympic status after that. But we are willing to get it back into Olympic level. Why? Because if your sport is in the Olympic Games, then you have a lot of attraction of the youth, and especially for Africa, it's very easier than to be recognized by the Ministry of Sport and by the authorities on the National Olympic Committee. We are now already present in multi-sports events like the World Games, the Military World Games, the World Championships. The Life-Saving Military World Championship will take place in July in the Netherlands. We are in the Master Games, in the Commonwealth Games, and we would like to be included in much more games. And we are busy with the beach games at African level. As you know, the World Championship of the Olympic Games, they have 10,500 competitors. The Life-Saving World Championship nowadays has 7,000 competitors. So we are quite big as a World Championship. Now, we would like to enter the Olympic Games, but then you need to have a secluded or a smaller group. And we had to invent a race that is very attractive, which we call then the M-shaped event. And here you have an example, but you will see on the movie that we prepared that it is quite spectacular. We cannot enter the Paris Olympic Games in 24 because the sports are selected already. We cannot enter in the Los Angeles Games. The first opportunity to enter the Games will be in Brisbane in 32. Why Brisbane? Well, we have the advantage that in Australia, life-saving sport is very famous. And it would be nice to have the first enter of life-saving in the Olympic Games in 32 in Brisbane. Now, I would like to present you a small movie which is related to the Olympic aspirations. As you can see, it's 4 minutes. Thank you. Can you launch the movie, please?
Let me introduce you to a format that we absolutely love. It's called the M-shape eliminator. It involves 2 elements that make for exciting racing. Firstly, it's M-shape. That means every time we travel out in a leg, we go out, around the can, back into the shore again, and back out again. More chance for some action, more chance for the spectators to really get a look at the athletes and see just how challenging this is. Secondly, it's an eliminator. There's a mad dash each time they race to not be in that final 6, that bottom 6 that get eliminated, the red zone. It makes it very interesting the whole time, and it's one of those races that makes you switch on right from the start. Everybody can clearly see the tension, stress, anticipation on the athlete's face. The order is drawn differently for each round. With a board race first, our athletes are standing on the line, boards on their hip. The gun goes, the athletes jostling for position, sprint across the sand, fly across the water through the wave area. They aim to be the first person around the turning buoy. The first person gets the first play, the first opportunity to get the runs, the waves, the assistance on the way home. As they round that buoy, come straight back to the shore, negotiating the wave area, and coming back around a turning marker on the inside. Once again, they all come back together around that inside turning marker, jostling for position, and they head out to the second side of the M, the second turning buoy. When they get to that, they get that last chance to get a break, to get around that in the lead, and get the first run or assistance on the way home. Flying home, they come back, hit the beach. Now they have to transition from that board leg to their legs, pain clearly on their face, and go back out for the swim leg. As they do the swim, they porpoise, they dive, they swim out, they show their skills through the wave area. They swim around, once again in M shape, first half of the M, back in around the inside turning marker, back out to the second half of the M. On the way back in, hoping they can be that first person to pick up the wave, particularly in the swim leg, get that long break. As our athletes come into the U-shaped transition area, it creates 2 incredible opportunities. One is for the athlete. If they're strong enough on their legs and strong enough mentally, that is an opportunity for them to make their break, to actually get back into that wave area a little sooner. But make no mistake, it hurts like nothing else to run through that soft sand. Secondly, it gives us a chance to see our athletes up close and personal, through the chute, around that U-shaped transition area. The action is intense, the sponsorship opportunities are fantastic, and we get to associate these incredible values of these athletes with amazing sponsors. Now the pain is really showing on their face. They grab their skis, spectacularly jumping into them, and now with that kayak ski technique, they fly back out and they do the M shape all over again. As they finish that M shape, their aim is to be out of the elimination zone. They want to steer clear of that red zone. When they cross the line, they begin to suck in the big breaths, slow their heart rate down, because in just a few minutes, they're going to do it all over again. Finally, if they're successful and they make that final race, after a few minutes rest, they stand on the line for the ultimate test, the ultimate challenge. Fitness is tested, skill is tested, strength is tested, and mental toughness is tested. And the fastest, best athletes go up against each other to claim that title. One of the beauties of this event can be conducted in small, medium, or large circuit. There's all sorts of different action depending on the conditions. It can be put on any beach and raced at any time. This event, the Ocean Man, is conducted at the ILS World Championship